Speaking of grappling,
Grappling.
Has Gronowski been what you hoped he would be?
Yeah, he's been doing a great job. What do we say? He was practice 7, 8. About one weekend. Ups and downs. It's been a lot of fun to see. Just when you run a play for the first time compared to the second time compared to the third time, just the learning curve when you play 55 games is pretty steep. Like mistakes don't happen twice. And so it's been a good start. He's got the majority of the 1 reps. We rotated him a ton. But yeah, he's done a really good job thus far.
How's his first day? Kirk talked about, didn't go into great detail, but said to ask about Mark's first day.
Said he went 6 of 9.
But
the ball, the 3 were, the ball never touched the ground. You can do the math on that. The ball never touched the ground. And he went 6 of 9. So it was an interesting first day. But then again, he rattled it off the next day. I think he had a great day. And we've gone, just like most camps. And most good camps, when the defense is playing well, it goes back and forth. And it's been one of those camps where we've had some days and we've struggled a couple days, and which is normally a sign of a good team when it can go back and forth like that. And he's been doing a good job of just coming back and learning. We're still putting new stuff in. We ran a couple things he'd never run today. First one he picked up on really quick. Second one we need to run a couple more times just to get comfortable with it. And, so it's been a good start.
How good does he have to be for you guys to reach your potential?
I think just the quarterback position as a whole,
yeah.
Right? Try to find a place that's really made a run like they want to without the quarterback playing at a high level, right? It has to happen. And Hank Brown's had an unbelievable camp. He's the only one that was here for spring ball, and so he knows the offense, so he's reacting faster. He's doing a great job.
So is he firmly the backup right now?
Yeah, and I've had him in there with the ones.
Okay.
And then Hekalinsky, who got here in the summer, I've rotated him through too. Those 3 who have got the majority of the reps have really done a great job. I know one's a redshirt freshman, one's a redshirt sophomore, one's obviously 6 years senior. I don't know what year is he. 6, 7, whatever year Mark is. And they've been rotating through, and everyone's kind of got reps with each group. But all 3 of them are picking it up fast, and the guys around them have really helped them because they know what they're doing now. The O-line's done a great job. The running backs, the receivers. So it's been fun to go out there every single day.
I feel like there's more of a sense of a foundation compared to what last year. You can just continue to kind of install instead of just putting in the foundational pieces.
100%. When we were on install 6 was today, install 7's Monday, install 8's Tuesday. There's really not a lot of new install. They're just adjustments, off of something. So when you teach something and you can say it's just like this, but we're just changing this one thing, they're like, oh, so that's not a big install. It's really not a new play, but it is a new play. So. And a lot of those are different blocking schemes we can do. When you talk about peeling layers back of an offense, this one has a lot of layers, a lot that we haven't been able to use and we're starting to use, and from hand signals to different tempos to all the different things you can do, and we're starting to slowly peel those layers back, and it's been fun to watch.
We won't get to talk to you tomorrow, so what do you want to see tomorrow? Are you is it gonna be pretty vanilla out there? What do you expect to get out of tomorrow?
Yeah, I just want to see him out there competing. That's the biggest thing. Efficiency. I'm going to continue to call it aggressively, and I want to see when I call a good one, make the throw. When I call a bad one, get me out of that bad call. And so, and we're not going to run anything new tomorrow. There's no install. It's all repeats. So it'll just be people will be there. There'll be pressure. So we've had a very physical, competitive camp, which is fun because it makes practice kind of feels like a scrimmage. I don't know how much more the scrimmage can feel like our night practice the other day, because it was about as ramped up as the practices I've been part of, back and forth, offense, defense. We'd hit one, big hits. It was great. It was a lot of fun to be a football coach under the lights. Was it Wednesday night? I think it was. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to continue to see how they react when I put them in different situations.
Looking at your 2021 offense at Western, it just seemed like it clicked. You had a 3,000-yard pass, 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard receiver. 2 guys after Sky that had 700 yards each, 800-yard rusher on top of 1,000-yard rusher. What allows an offense to click like that?
I think just time, number one, right? It just takes time on task. Time on task and repeating an action over. Muscle memory is real, and so. When you're talking about running these routes, we have 4 senior receivers right now that really understand it, and they're starting to run. They still got work to do, but they're starting to understand all the different situations, how to cut off routes. We always say we don't run lines on a paper. Now I'm going to give you a sheet of paper that says what it's supposed to look like, but it changes on the fly. And so those guys are really kind of cooking right now. They understand what we're doing. And still got to get them the ball, and But I think those guys and the O-line understanding what we're trying to get out of each play is really what allows the opportunity to make a jump like we did that year.
When you say Brown has had an outstanding camp, what specifically?
He's run all the plays before, right? So he gets his opportunity. He's not always going against one defense, although he's done really well against one defense. We put him in there for four snaps against our defense in the red zone. I think we scored on 3 of the 4. He was seeing things well. So he's a little bit ahead as far as when we run something for the first time, it's not his first time,
Yeah.
But he's calm. I think he's got his feet better. There's a couple things we worked on this summer that I want him to work on that I couldn't really have him do in the spring, or it would screw him up, just throwing wise. I think he's throwing the ball better. So it's fun to watch his growth. And then Heck's a little ball player now. Considering he's only been here a month, he's got a little bit of a lot of arm angles, and he's just he makes plays. So it's been fun. All 3 of them rotating them through. It's been a joy to coach that group.
When the Iowa social media team releases these videos of practice, it's easy for fans and even media to get kind of excited about seeing, Mark throw a dart to the end zone or something. Is there anything that you've seen Mark really do over the last couple weeks in camp that's really made you open your eyes wide, or anything he's really done to impress you?
Change protection. I mean, that's a big part of this. We didn't do that last year. We gave the quarterback the opportunity to do that. But I mean, he changed protection today once. Missed the touchdown throw by an inch. But I mean, he saw it, high pressure situation, adjusted to protection, bought himself, 2 seconds instead of 1. Was able to let our tight end get behind coverage, and then just there. I mean, it would have been the best end of practice ever. We would have hit that one. But the part about being at the line of scrimmage, understanding blitzes, and understanding how to buy yourself more time so you don't just have to throw hot all the time. That's the beauty of the offense, right? Like, Purdy can do it as a rookie and just throw hot all the time, but once you start learning protection, you can actually protect yourself, and instead of throwing hot, maybe rip a seam down the middle because you bought yourself an extra second, So you can be efficient with it with the young guys, but man, when you have a veteran, we talk about peeling back layers. What he's been able to do with his experience of seeing blitzes and understanding what to do with protection was really a aha moment for me. It was great.
We know there's a lot of open competition at left tackle, but kind of what have you seen from the guys kind of rotating in at left tackle? And, is there anybody that
I don't think anyone
has an edge?
No, I don't think so, because coach has been rotating them pretty steadily. Is that a word? It
Sure.
is now,
Yeah.
steadily. So I think Lauk and Dotes have done a great job, and Bryce, we moved Bryce all over the place. He's new, so he's learning. So he's naturally behind, which we knew he would be, and he's going to chase from behind, and he's got tons of experience at Ferris State. But I really think those two have just, from the first spring I was here to last fall to last spring, I don't know if any of them have the edge, but they're both playing well at a high level, and it'll be interesting to see as we get 2 weeks into this thing which one, because I bet they're both going to play. They're both going to be ready. Whoever's not the second tackle is going to be the third. It's going to have to be ready to play regardless.
On top of Mark already being a veteran, you have a lot of returners on the offense. How has that eased his transition?
I think it's helped. I think they bonded when he got here. He did a phenomenal job of coming in, not being too big for everyone, just getting in and working, right? That's what you do. You get in the weight room, you show everybody you're willing to work, and offensive linemen especially appreciate that, And then he hit it off with Lojo and Dunk, and then Bo, and now they're thick as thieves now, and so he's done a great job of just acclimating himself into our team, and I think they're excited. They have fun, a lot of fun when they're out there, so it's good.
You talk about the importance of year 2 with this offense. How important has it been to have Logan back? And having that guy who is a veteran as he is lead this offensive line.
Yeah, the center is the most important. We literally, not that any of the other offensive linemen aren't important, but the center position, between what he does in protection, obviously the snap count, the cadences, when we're getting in and out of cadences. Another layer of the offense is a lot of changing plays in the line of scrimmage, changing cadences in the line of scrimmage. And that's kind of all old hat for Logan, And so when he's not in there, you can see where it can screw up an offense. You can't get the snap, can't even start a play. He's doing a great job. He feels healthy. He's moving, even if that's possible, he's moving better than he's ever moved, hooking 2 eyes. And so it's going to be fun. We're not playing him a ton. We know what he can do. He definitely plays every day, but there's no reason to overdo it. And but it's exciting to have a returning center when you're trying to have a good offense and grow it. When you have a guy right in the center, 2 guys really, with the guy behind him, that have played a ton of football.